Ryan, do you reckon you should use that as an alarm? Do you reckon that would wake you up?
It would wake me up. That's for sure. Quicker than my normal alarm does.
Oh, look what I got today. A new alarm clock.
Oh, see, I just use my phone.
I always sleep through it. My phone doesn't do it. See, this one, I've got it like full on cranking. Like, listen to this. Right in my ear.
Is that just static?
Yep, right in my ear.
You just like turn it to a radio that's not tuned into a station. It's basically how you do it.
Yep, so it's just right in my ear, so it wakes me up so there's no fucking around because I always sleep through everything. But here we are. Welcome, everybody. I don't think I've ever gone live on this channel before. I've just used it to archive stuff. But thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. And thank you, Ryan, for coming on to talk about Nazi women with me.
Nazi. Oh, you know what they need? You know when is Ashley Judd? I don't know who the fuck that disgusting woman is. When she's like getting all upset about Trump, she's like, "We're nasty women." So someone needs to replace that with "We're Nazi women," like a Stormfront meme.
That's actually not a bad idea. Oh, well, apart from just waking up, how you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. But yeah, I if you can't tell from my voice, I literally just did wake up.
You haven't even had any coffee yet?
No, I don't drink coffee. I don't need it. Yeah, what was it? Look at that look on his face. He's like, "You don't drink coffee?"
Yeah. Wow.
No, I'm not a big coffee person. A lot of people in America are, not me.
Wow. Do you drink energy drinks or something?
I mean, I do sometimes, not religiously in the mornings. Typically, I'll drink energy drinks if I have a long ass couple days and it's really fucking hard for me to get up and going. You know what I mean? Which I guess I've kind of had. So maybe I will get one.
What's your what kickstarts you? Mountain Dew.
Well, I do like Mountain Dew, but I'm like so immune. I'm kind of immune to most I drink Mountain Dew before I sleep. I have it on my nightstand. I'm drinking it as I'm falling asleep. So, so it's not really, it doesn't do much for me.
Oh my God, are your teeth fucked?
No, they're fine. I've only had 2 cavities in my life. One of them shouldn't even really count because it was when I had braces and they've put this fucking cap on your back tooth and you can't really brush it. So yeah, that was the only other one. I don't even count that one. That one's bullshit.
Fair enough. Oh, well, yeah, you're a strange breed over there, my friend. Very strange breed indeed. But, yes, let's see how we got in here because I had the chat loading that whole time. So we had Orange Hat. What's up, Orange Hat? Eric says Broforce is for virgins. He was saying that quite a bit from the Avengers stream, which was weird. But I'm glad he's seen the light. Tonic is here. What's up? Yoink! How you doing? Lyndon, neck minute. Lyndon's favorite e-girl has a sale on her OnlyFans, so now's the time, Lyndon. And actually, Lyndon was the one that showed me that. Talisha, her name is. She's from Victoria. Jade Shadow's here. She doesn't drink coffee either. Fucking crazy Americans. Daniel, Rhino. Do you know what I just saw on Twitter? Hashtag I stand with Daniel Andrews. Yeah, that's going to get him going. Subhumans here. What's up, Sub?
Wait, Daniel Andrews is the premier of Victoria, is that right? Prime Minister of Victoria? Yeah. So I thought. Yes, I know my world politics. I don't know. I actually don't know why I fucking knew that.
Probably because you've just subconsciously heard us talking about it quite a bit.
Probably.
But we have run a bit of borrowed time because I know you're a busy man and I thank you for coming out tonight. But The Boys season 2 is here. How did you feel about Boys season 1? I personally really liked season 1.
I really liked it too. I didn't read the comic. So I was coming in fresh. And I know there's some people that read the comic that didn't like specifically the ending of season 1. And we are going to be talking about spoilers here, guys, just so you know. So just if we spoil anything, you've been warned, go fuck yourselves. But evidently at the end of season 1, when
it's on you,
when Homelander when Homelander fucking kills that bitch, Billy blows up the house, and then they go and realize that Homelander had a child with Billy's wife, who he thought was dead. Evidently, that's like completely different than what happened in the books.
Mm-hmm.
So that turned some people off. But like for me, I liked it. I love the idea of these of all these superheroes who everyone's looking up to. It's all a lie, right? They're actually just pieces of shit. I love that. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, me too. I was trying to get my dad to watch it. I didn't know how to explain it because he's kind of burned out on like all superhero stuff. And like they're corporate assholes that have just gone really wrong. Think of superheroes like that are just pricks. And yeah, he ended up really liking it. But it was really cool. I really liked Homelander as well. But going into season 2, there was the worry. We all thought there was that little bit of worry that it might go woke. And I personally feel after the first 3 episodes, it hasn't. Not yet. I think it flirted with it, but it didn't quite do it. I mean, did you think it's touching on any woke stuff?
It depends what you mean by woke. Like if people are like, oh, there's a same-sex relationship, that's woke. And it's like, well, I mean, I guess there is a same-sex relationship, but I wouldn't say it's very forceful or a really big part of the story. I think it's an important part of the story for Maeve, but it's not like it's not something that's like thrown in your face or anything. I don't even think there's any you don't even see any romance part of it. Just like you realize that something used to be there, that was romantic. Right, exactly. It's something used to be there that was romantic. But yeah, everyone was worried about Stormfront, because Stormfront got gender swapped. Stormfront got gender swapped and looked like a Karen. And like in those first pictures we saw, and everyone was like, oh shit, well, here we go. Fuck the boys. I'm not watching anymore. And so this character, you got the comparisons up right there. This character Stormfront in the comics evidently is a man and like has origins as a Nazi. Like it's just like the Nazis experimented on him and created this superhero, and he's just like he's a racist. He's an awesome, like he's a funny fucking character because he's just straight up Nazi.
Yeah, he's like a Holocaust denier and like everything.
yeah, exactly. So when we found out that hey, what's up, Pickles? When we found out that this character of Stormfront was going to be turned into this woman, everyone was like, okay. And I have to say that I really enjoy her character.
Me too.
Yeah, and even from the beginning, they I don't know, they make her likable, I guess, in a strange way. You even said she's anti-woke, and I kind of agree with that.
Oh yeah, she has some moments that's she takes some inspiration from her male counterpart. But there's one part where because it's all corporations and all that type of stuff. I think it's in the 2nd episode they try to push the whole, we have free females in the city now. That's never happened. It's like, they try and do that whole girl power thing, and she's just sitting there. She's like, girl power, we don't even have any fucking pockets. She's laughing at him. She goes, does it matter if you have a dick or a vag? What's the difference? Yeah,
that's literally what she says. She says, I don't think it matters if you have a dick or a vag as long as you can get the job done. And it's like, oh shit. That's kind of what we say all the time.
Yeah. Honestly, I think she kind of works. I haven't read the comics, so I can't really judge it, but I think she actually works as a female because it's more of a fuck you to Homelander, and it's kind of like setting her up to be like a threat towards him. And there's actually you probably can't. I probably got to open it here, but she does have a Reichmar eagle on the belt right there, so she's not hiding it. And I mean, for fuck's sakes, her name is literally Stormfront. I mean, I don't know how else you can really get to it.
But like we don't know anything about her yet, though. Like that's the thing. And evidently we are going to get deeper into her character, and I think that since they waited till episode 3 to do this real full reveal, then I think that sets up for the rest of the season to learn a little more about her, you know.
Oh, that's our boy Daniel. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, honestly, the first episode I thought was just kind of a. The first two episodes I thought were kind of slow, especially the second one. The first one I thought was decent first episode for a season to kind of get you back into it. Second one was very slow, but the third one was fucking awesome. I loved the third one. Good to see her finally go completely schizo and get her murder on, and she makes some racist remarks while doing it. So she falls in line with that.
Can we say it? Can we say it?
Yeah, go for it, man. You've got.
So she, like, they're trying to track down this quote terrorist who also has superpowers, and he's Asian, and he's the brother of a character that's with the boys, and they're tracking him down, and finally they get away from everyone. They escape Homelander, they escape all these people, but then they run into Stormfront, and there's this long chase scene where finally Stormfront, gets him, and she like snaps his hands in half because he uses his hands to like force power kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got like force push basically. Hey,
essentially that's like what his power is, and she's just like, God, there go your hands, you yellow bastard. Talking to an Asian man. So there you're like, oh shit, there it is. She dropped the mask. So there she reveals like that she is like, she's not just like some good superhero. Like she does have these kind of racist roots that Stormfront is supposed to have. So yeah, I thought that was funny as hell.
It's funny, like, it's like none of them are actually like really heroic. They're all kind of douchebags, and not in like the debatable type of way where you go, no, these people are all fucking horrible human beings, and she comes along and she's like a full-on Nazi.
Yeah.
It's crazy on them and shit. And I like her intro when she comes in Instagram live to point out, like, it's all bullshit, like all the sets all fake. We're not actually with soldiers in a war zone or anything like that.
Yeah. And remember this soldier? He looks suspiciously like package carrier number 3 in the last commercial.
Yeah. And then when she does the interview at the end of episode 3, and she puts on like the whole like positive, like the mask, puts the mask back on, she's eyeing off Homelander. I'm really thinking they're going to go for like she might try and take control of the 7, like replace him as the leader.
Yeah.
Because I do know that they mention in the comics that they say like when it's a he, is like number 2 in terms of power next to Homelander, because they created Homelander from Stormfront's DNA. And, genetically
Stormfront was like
him.
One of the first ones, right? I believe like that the Germans were doing experiments in World War II, and Stormfront was the result, something like that.
Yeah, and like even Hitler was like disgusted by him.
He's like, oh man, you guys really made this guy full Nazi, huh?
Yeah, so then they turned like a genetically nullified Stormfront into Homelander. So I'm kind of hoping they end up having like a fight or some kind of that. But you know who else I really liked in this was the Deep. Now, in the first season, the Deep's a full-on sexual predator. Like he full Weinsteins this girl. Like she's like, well, if you want to be in the 7, which is essentially the Justice League, the new girl comes along.
It's like the first episode, isn't it?
It's the first episode.
Yeah.
Yep. She turns around. He's there stroking his dick. It's like, well, do you really want to be in or not? And then then she
does it.
She does it. She wanted to be in. She wanted to be in the 7. And then and then he kind of gets kind of Me Too'd in the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's like a Aquaman type character. Like he can hear ocean animals talking to him, and he rescues the dolphin, and the dolphin wants him to put his finger in its blowhole.
Yeah. He literally is Aquaman, right? And he is like all the like the very stereotypical, oh, you're useless, all you can do is talk to fish kind of thing. Like that's like all the stigma around the Deep. And so he gets Me Too'd and has to go away for a while. Gets sent to like middle of Ohio, to just like lay low. And that's kind of where we pick up with his character. I don't know exactly what that Archer and that other woman are trying to do with him. Like they're trying to control him in some way and like unlock something to use him for some reason. And by the third episode, they kind of convince him to go back to the Seven, like just on his own. So he is trying to stop our heroes, the boys, in what they're doing, and that he's the one who ends up making them have to run away and get into this big fight.
Yeah, he's got gills, and he like has this moment where, because he's always he drinks like this crazy tea to make him trip out and shit like that. That's going to take him on his spiritual journey. And like his gills start talking to him, and I didn't know this, but it's actually
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt are his gills.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that stupid fucking voice, I saw his dumb little face. Fucking Patton Oswalt.
It makes sense now. That's when I found that. I was like, no shit, it's so clear. But his gills are talking to him, and it's like, you're disgusted with the way you look, and that's why you got to degrade women to make them feel like the way you do and shit.
Yeah, it was funny.
It is pretty funny because it's in season 1 where he's with that girl.
Yeah,
and that girl fingers his gills.
Yeah, and that was such a weird part. And he's like, it hurts.
Yeah. So then like episode 3 of this new season, he's chasing after the boys on like a Moby Dick-esque whale. They just fucking ram it with a speedboat and kill it, and he's just having this mental breakdown.
Yeah, Billy Butcher. Yeah, like he fucking tries to block their escape route, and Billy Butcher just fucking floors it and literally drives a speedboat right through the whale, but it doesn't go all the way through, so it just fucking guts it, and the thing dies. And they all are just covered in whale guts.
Yeah. So fucking funny, man. And like the Seven meet up with him, and they he wants to go with him, and Homelander's like, I don't know, man, you're still cancelled, like you can't come with us.
Yeah, the women are just like, get this motherfucker away, because Starlight is the one that he made Starlight suck his dick, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, no, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck away.
It's fucking hilarious, man. Like, that's one thing I like about the show is I do actually laugh quite a bit while watching it. It is pretty fucking funny. But Homelander has a kid, and one of my favorite parts of the whole thing, the house, yeah, where he's trying to get the kid to use his powers, and he won't do it. So he takes his kid up on the roof, and he's like, "All right, jump off. You can fly. Jump off." And the kid's like, "Nah, I'm not going to do it." So Homelander just throws him off the roof, and he just fucking falls smack down, smashes his head. It's fucking hilarious, man.
It's just very like casual. Like it's he's like, it's all right, son, it's all right. And he like pats him on the back, and like on the third pat of the back, he just shoves him. It's just like it's not like it's like real time how it looks when someone would fall off a roof. It's like half a second. He just smashes face first in the ground, knocks himself out.
Because he's got that like half a second scream. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
When the mum comes out, and obviously he's all right because it's Homelander's kid. Homelander's essentially Superman. Then he kind of wants to laser beam his dad, which is very fair considering what he just did. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a pretty solid start to the whole season. I could definitely see why they dropped.
I'm glad they released 3 episodes.
Well, if they released just one, it'd be kind of like, they didn't really do anything.
Exactly.
I think it had to be 3. But did you see that it's actually being review bombed because it's being released episodic?
No, but I really think that they should do that. Like I
think it's a great idea to do it episodic.
Listen, if these streaming platforms, I think we all like to binge shit, and so I get that. But, for these streaming platforms to kind of stay alive and, keep, I think for them to, as more and more pop up and more people have to make a decision whether to have Disney Plus or Hulu or Amazon or Netflix, whatever, HBO Max. I think episodic needs to be the way, because then you don't have people just using a fake account to get a free thing for a week and binging it and turning it off. So, like, I get being a little upset, but this is how TV's traditionally been. Like, throughout the course of time, it's episodic release, and I have no problem with it at all. And it builds anticipation, and honestly, it's good for us, because then we're not just going to do one stream, Lethal, recapping season 2 of The Boys. We get to do several streams talking about as it progresses.
Yeah, and it, like, all right, think of The Witcher, for example. Yes. That came out and it was just the talk of the town for a whole week, and then it just stopped. You know, like the hype just explodes and then it dies. So, you know, oh, what's going to happen next week? You know, like you could have like a sneak peek, you know, next week on The Boys, and you have like Stormfront, you know, saying something that you can't say on YouTube. I think it just makes the whole show better. But I mean, review bombing. We live in a world of review bombing. Sites like Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, honestly, are just to show if people are happy or not. They don't actually reflect the quality of whatever it is in any way, for the most part, obviously. But I would be happy with episodic. But I do think dropping the first 3 at once was good, because 3 kind of left you on that high note, whereas I don't think the first 2 did that at all. Like the second episode was pretty slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I think it's good. That is what it is. But my biggest worry, go on.
Blake in the chat says no value for the consumer in episodic release, and these shows aren't good enough to be strung out on streaming service for the most part. I completely disagree. I completely disagree. I think that the show is better than anything on television, to be quite honest with you. At least season 1 was for me. So yeah, I think it's a very good show, especially compared to the shit you see on TV.
Wasn't The Mandalorian episodic?
Yeah, Mandalorian is episodic. And it allows you to build hype around it, like for the whole week. I think it's a brilliant strategy, and it makes sense. And I think that I still get value because I'm a subscriber, and I still will eventually get all 8 episodes. So I don't really get that.
Yeah, so you can always go back and watch it all at the end. But we have Anna. How you doing?
Hello. What's up?
Hey, Anna.
Oh, you sound a lot more awake than Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, I've been up. I'm assuming Ryan is just waking up.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Turns out he goes to sleep drinking Mountain Dew, and he wakes up drinking Mountain Dew.
I'm not even. I'm drinking water right now, just for your information. But
Ryan
yeah,
is disgusting.
I mean, it's all right. You need it.
It's gross. Gross.
Fair enough.
You're the only fucking person who you say this. I've heard you say this before. That says water's gross. Like, how is water gross?
No, I've met other people. Water has very specific taste, and I will say, water in America tastes like shit. But when I was in Europe and I had to drink water, it actually wasn't as bad. But
there are others like myself. I promise. There are.
I will find them, and I will show you. Somehow I will gather them.
I do love the taste of water. Water does have a taste, and I am a big fan of it. Cold water definitely has a taste. Where I live, we actually have some of like the worst water, but we got really good cleaning. Like in World War II, I think it was actually American airplanes wouldn't take water in my state because it would just fuck them up. So
is it like brown and infected with like snake venom or something?
No, you're thinking of Victoria. But yeah, we were just discussing how The Boys is being released episodic and it's being review bombed. Did you know that?
I did, and I think people that are complaining about that now, it's like now you have something to look forward every week, you dumbasses. How has TV gone since the beginning of time, since it was invented for TV shows until Netflix came around? People like that, I'm like, you have no real problems if that's what you're complaining about. Smallest violin in the world for your first world problems.
I agree. Well, it kind of builds anticipation as well.
And it gets people talking about it for weeks as compared to 1 week.
Yeah, that was actually what we were saying before. Like when The Witcher came out, it dominated for like a whole week straight and then just died.
Well, I got to tell you, I watched it a few times for, you know, the certain thing that is in The Witcher. And I didn't like it. I was like, it's good, but it's not something I can rewatch. And so I recently started rewatching it, but I fast forward and don't watch all of the scenes that Henry Cavill's not in. And it's so much better.
Yeah, so it ends up being what, like 45 minutes total? Because I feel like I feel like season 1 of The Witcher needed much more of The Witcher in it.
Well, yeah, the second episode, he's barely in it, but I've only done the first 3 where I'm just fast forwarding where it's him. And it's like, wow, I'm actually watching like this creature dude that fights monsters.
Yeah, I think they need more, and I get what they were trying to do, and you have to have Ciri and Yennefer in here to tell the story, but I feel like way too much was put on that. I wanted more Henry Cavill. He's the fucking star of the thing. He is Geralt. Like that's who people tuned into that to see. Mm-hmm. And that would be my criticism of The Witcher. I thought it was a good show. I wasn't as high on it as everyone else was, but I think that that's the major criticism that probably everyone can get on board with.
I would just like to say, if they're going to preach about equality, and they're going to show Yennefer's ass, they should have showed his too. Just saying.
I want more hunchback representation.
Well, that wasn't enough for you?
No, I need more hunchback representation.
I could have done with only 2 minutes of that. There was way too much of that. When you got hunchbacks fucking, I think we've gone
far enough. And yeah, Game of Thrones can have
in 300. We got that. That was a man hunchback getting some loving.
Yeah, like prostitutes. But if Game of Thrones can have incest in the first episode, why can't The Witcher have hunchback orgies? Fair's fair.
I mean,
questions.
Like whatever. Like two attractive people fucking. Everyone's been good with watching that for the entirety of time. Hunchbacks? No.
What's your problem with hunchbacks?
It was her fucking. It wasn't her back. It was her fucking face. That was the biggest problem. I could deal with her back, but her like face was all like sideways. I didn't like that part.
Fair enough. Well, Anna, now you're here. What did you think of the first 3 episodes? Me and Ryan has been talking about it for about.
Oh, I really liked it.
Yeah, me too. What do you think of the Yahtzee? The gender swapped Yahtzee, which seems to be going over well with most people.
Are we allowed to do the spoilers or no?
Yeah, we've spoiled the shit out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I really liked it. Well, with the way that they did it, you know, her just like murdering that entire family for no reason, and then like her saying that to him and then playing it off, because I really like Homelander as a villain, and so watching them have that little dynamic at the end, and you know, after you saw what she did, it's like, ooh, savage. But it's going to be really, because at first you think that she's this crazy SJW when you see her, and then she's like, no, it's not all about, you know, vagina, you know, it's whoever can be a superhero. And it's like, whoa, okay, she's got some common sense, you're starting to like her, and then all of a sudden she's a racist psycho, and it's like, whoa, what just happened? And so I loved watching the SJWs lose their fucking shit about that on Twitter. Did you see the one post where it's like, this person, like, if you're gonna get triggered and this is a racist, it's not a superhero? And it's like, no shit, that is the whole premise of the show, is that you think that they're superheroes. Like, Homelander is supposed to be Superman, but they're not. They're terrible people. Did you not watch the first season?
Exactly. I actually recorded a video on that. I'm going to upload it after this on the main channel. But yeah, I fully agree. Like, I really liked it when they were pushing the whole girl power, and she goes, we don't even have pockets.
Yeah.
She's walking around with like this bum bag and all that type of stuff. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. What did you think of the Deep talking to his gills?
Well, I didn't like that it was what's his face as the voice.
No one liked that.
Stupid little Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I don't know. I feel like if it was Jason Momoa and he had gills, he'd be rocking it. He wouldn't be insecure with a vest on. But because it's Nate from Gossip Girl, I can totally see that. And I don't know. I just have a hard time sympathizing with a character that's that moronic.
I did like it when he's finally come to terms with it and he's accepted it. And Homelander looks at it and goes, "That's fucking disgusting. Cover it up."
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And like that, him being like disgusted with his gills is like supposed to be his reason why he's so fucking why he acts out like that or whatever, because he's so insecure. So I get it. I thought it was funny when he came back at the end just to have the fucking whale get shredded. Like he comes with this heroic return just to fail. I like that.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking funny.
Like the whole idea, I really dig the whole idea of these superheroes not being heroes, because to me, in my mind, looking at society today, if you tell me that there's this like just a random group of people get these powers and get held up as like gods and can get anything they want, the idea that all these people would just do everything for justice in the American way is laughable to me. I think people are inherently fucking evil. So I think that they would do all of these things just for their own benefit. And the idea of some corporation like making it look like they're doing all the right things makes sense to me with what's going on in today's society. So I really dig that aspect of it, of these heroes not being heroic at all, until you finally get like the one good person, the 1 out of 10 good people that would go there, like Starlight, and say, this is not right.
What do you think of Starlight? She's kind of she's in a fucked up position because of the end of the first season, so she's kind of had to just roll with it. Like, they kind of want to slut her up a bit so they can promote her and all that type of stuff. I quite liked it. I think they're kind of doing a nice little thing with her and what's his name, A-Train, because he's just a fucking crackhead basically, and he's having heart attacks and shit like that. But one thing we got to talk about, like, is, all right, there's this fucking hilarious moment. I thought they were gonna play this thing as like this married dude is having an affair with some gay guy, but that's not at all what it is.
Yeah. When the guy he's like goes in, he's like covering up the sheets. He's like, "Oh, don't want to make a mess," and he lets a dude cut his arm off because he like regenerates, and he's like, "For $1,000, I'll let you cut my dick off."
The guy says, "Where's the closest ATM?" Well, that's it called, the gecko. Like, that's his thing. Like, "I'll let you cut my body parts off for money." Because he gives the guy the machete, and the machete's like, "Should I like hack or saw?" And he's like, "Hey, up to you, sailor." He just starts hacking at his arm, and it's just blood coming out. Fucking hell, like $500 to get to cut off an arm. Like, was I the only one that thought there was like some gay affair going on when they walked in?
That's totally what I thought was going to happen. Like Starlight's there to film it or whatever. Maybe she thought that's what was going on too. Yeah,
and then you find out you got some weird what would you call it, amputee prostitution thing going on. It was fucking hilarious, man. I loved it. I honestly, the first 3 episodes I really enjoyed that. The second one I thought was just very slow, but the third one definitely got me keen as fuck for more. Is this season still going to be
was it 8? Was it 8? Was it 8 or 10? I don't remember what the first season was.
People in the chat were saying it was 8.
I hope it's 10.
Yeah, I kind of hope it's 10 as well. I want to keep this whole thing going, but yeah, I don't know, man. I was very, very happy with it, especially, because of all the worries. There was the worry that it was going to start pushing some woke shit, and it just never did. It flirted with it, but it never committed. So
well, I think that's why all those crazies are so pissed, because they're like, yeah, it's gonna go woke. We're gonna get a woke character, and then it's the exact opposite.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, she's a racist, like an actual proper racist.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, we have a gender swap character, and she has an SJW haircut. We're good."
And she's from Portland.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot she is from Portland. That's right. I forgot all about that.
And it turns out she eats bigot sandwiches on the reg. Yeah.
What did you think of? What did you think of when Billy came back? When Butcher comes back, and basically says, Huey, go fuck yourself. And then there's that moment where after he tries to take a shot at what's her name's brother, that they just are like, no, we're with Huey on this. I thought that was interesting, and I kind of dug that aspect that now Huey's become someone that they all respect after he, came back by himself to save them at the end of season 1.
Sure, yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Billy's kind of, because he just wants to get his wife back, so he's just kind of going a bit crazy, like losing his edge and all that type of stuff. But do you know what was awesome? When they went to see the FBI agent and her head just popped.
Yeah.
I love all the blood. It's all fucking funny. There's so much blood in this, and they do it very much like old school Evil Dead, where it just excessively explosions of blood. I thought it was fucking awesome. But going forward, I want to see Stormfront versus Homelander fight. Do you think that's going to happen? Did that happen in the comics?
I don't know.
I am not to that part yet.
I haven't even started on them, eh?
Well, the second page is an intense orgy scene, so beware for cartoon stuff. It's so much more explicit than the show. I was like, whoa.
Nice. Lethal's like, I'm going to pick it up right now.
Sold.
Oh, by the way, it's a gay orgy scene. So,
Daniel, where's Daniel? I'll get him to read it for me. That it was in the first season. We had that guy that shrinks and he jumps inside the vagina. That's fucking hilarious, man. This show does heaps of things like that.
I guess we did see that. It's officially going to be 8 episodes this season. So
8.
Okay. We got 5 left,
and they're releasing them one at a time from going forward. So yeah.
Was there a reason why they released 3 for the first?
I think it was. I did. I think it was just to make sure people got a good amount of content, and knowing that the first 2 episodes, there's not too much action or anything in them. So I think it was probably a good idea to do that and really get our interest peaked for the rest of it. It's kind of what my thoughts are.
Yeah, that's what I think too. There just wasn't really a whole lot to end it with the first episode or the second. If it ended like that, you would just be like, yeah, whatever. But the way the third one ends, you're like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Especially with how she.
Oh, Homelander was so pissed. I loved it.
It was fucking awesome, man. I don't think anyone was really expecting her to flaunt her racist card to that extensively. Do you reckon we'll get more of that?
I think she did it because nobody was watching.
Yeah. Yeah, she dropped her mask. I just want her to just go in on A-Train now. Just start going full Nazi. Yeah, I think it'd be funny.
How far are you into the comic, Anna?
I'm about halfway through the first one.
Yeah, there you go.
But they're big.
Father G.
They're giant books.
Yeah, they're not like floppies, are
they? No.
You saw the clip of Stormfront snapping some guy's wrist, and you just really don't want to watch the show after that. Seems gory just to be gory.
No,
yeah.
That was the reason why she did that was a purpose, because it had to do with the guy's powers. And when you're dealing with something where a main artery is, it's going to be bloody. And I mean, I've seen gory stuff just to be gory. It seemed more accurate because then when the next thing happens, it's not as bloody as when somebody's head explodes. So
I'd still say it ramps up the gore factor, but I'm all for it. It's like Evil Dead, I reckon.
Well, it's a superhero movie, but at the same time, I'm like, when you're doing something right there with your wrist, that, your wrist and your neck, there's going to be a shit ton of blood.
I think that, I will say that I'll say that the blood is amplified in this show. You know what I mean? There is clearly an intent. Look how often Huey just gets fucking covered in blood. Really, it's almost a meme at this point.
Well, I would say the whale. That one was gory.
Yeah, they literally drove a motorboat into the heart of a whale and were like inside it. They were just all covered in like literally just gore of a whale. But I mean, there's just some stuff that happens. Like the first scene we see Huey in episode 1 is he's holding like his girlfriend's hand, and A-Train, basically the Flash, runs right directly through her and disintegrates her. And it's just like a mist of blood, and he gets covered. That woman had her head blown off earlier. So yeah, there is a lot of blood and stuff in it, and I think it is intentional, but I don't think it's overdone.
Well, what about Translucent, where he's got the bomb stuck up his ass?
Yeah, Huey blows him up, and he gets covered in blood. Yeah, Huey is always covered in blood.
Did you notice the little the BVS dig? They did a little dig at BVS. I thought it was funny.
No, what'd they say?
When that guy's doing that crazy pitch meeting, and then he's like calls it Dawn of the Seven, and he shows the image, and it's in like the same like style as BVS.
Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, but even like the way like the design is.
I didn't really notice the design factor of it, but I'll have to go back and look. I remember like what it looks like the 7, but I didn't recall any like connection. That's funny though.
Yeah, like the way like the design is on like the title card, it's very BVS-esque. So that's only a good thing if you ask me. But it was a nice little jab. I thought that was pretty funny. I love it how she's got the script and she's like, yeah, we're gonna change like everything. This is fucking trash. I don't want to be in this shit. I love all those types of moments in this show where it goes full corporate and they just all like, no, I don't want to fucking do that. Like Starlight in the first season where she's like, I'm not putting that on. And they're like, yeah, you are. But do you know who was awesome in this? What's his real name? Gus Fring?
He's in The Mandalorian. Giancarlo Esposito.
So Gus.
Yeah.
Gus. He's a really good what do you call him? Like a Gordon Gekko type character, man. It was fucking awesome. What did you like the way he's kind of tells Homelander to get fucked?
And then Homelander does it right back to him.
Yeah, man. I feel Gus kind of walked out of it with the win. Like, you're all trash. I own you. Make no mistake about that.
Well, yeah, but then when Homelander says, like, F you, we're the talent, you're just a company. That was, like, his little jab back. And so, even though he doesn't realize it, he's getting justice again against Homelander by having Stormfront be the one, like, in front of the press.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really, really good. But, yeah, I think that's about all there is to say. Ryan, you got anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I don't understand what Homelander's like milk obsession is. Like it was weird when it was like baby milk. Like I was like, okay, that's a really creepy thing. But then when he's like guzzling just a normal half gallon of milk, like I was like, I don't get it now. I don't understand what his obsession with milk is.
It's kind of like sucking your thumb.
Yeah.
You know, it's his little baby blanket type of thing. Like it's a comforting thing. Just when he doesn't have breast milk, he tries to get the next closest thing, which is cow breast milk.
Yeah, that was like the weird thing to me because they show the scene where he heats up the bottle so it can be warm, like he's sucking it straight from the tit, and then he goes and like reaches into the cold fridge and just like starts guzzling the milk in the same like strange orgasmic way. It's very weird. I don't know if they're ever going to explain any more about that or why that happens, but I guess we'll see.
It's his kink.
Yeah, it's his kink, basically. Oh, that was what I was thinking of before. The blind dude.
Oh, yeah. That's so funny.
It was fucked up.
Just fucking Superman slaps his ears, man. The dude's got Daredevil ultra hearing because he's blind. Just goes bang, and his eardrums just fucking burst and everything's covered in blood. So there is a lot of blood in the show. And what's like the HR girl's name? He just turns around and looks at her and is like, nah, like you don't call any shots here.
Is it Molly or Becky?
It's
One of
something.
those.
She just
It's
got
like
a
the
weird
most
face.
generic white girl name.
Yeah, she just got a weird face. That's all I know. That was funny because he's like, so what if I do this? He's like acting all nice, all Homelander-ish. He's like, so what happens if I do this? Then he slaps both hands on both ears. And he's like, and now you're just another useless fucking blind guy.
And deaf guy. He just made him into Helen Keller.
Basically.
The dude's on the ground screaming. The blood just keeps coming out of his ears, man. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
And that was a moment too that you can tell that like Vouch is not Vouch. What's her name? What's the company's name? Vought. That Vought is trying to like go full in diversity and representation, right? But like the people actually involved like aren't about it because she's like, look, he's disabled and a minority. He fits all these things, and he just kills him. He's like, you don't make decisions around here.
She even says, she's like, hopefully we can get someone that's like a black girl or something as well.
Yeah. So you can tell that they're full in representation, but the people don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's not bar of it. And then, of course, we got good old Stormfront, who I don't feel wants too much diversity of any kind. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of hope they keep playing her angle a little bit, man. But they probably wouldn't be able to get away with it too much, would they? Oh, Amazon.
Well, they will. I mean, do you guys know the other thing that they're setting up?
No, we haven't read the comics, me and Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. You want spoilers or no?
No.
How much do you know about the character?
I know how their arc ends. I know how his arc ends.
Do you know how the character came to be?
In the Nazi camp, in the Nazi science shit.
Yeah.
Well,
she's got the Reichmar eagle on her belt.
Yeah, that's like I know from. I mean, about for Stormfront, like I know that he was a German World War II experiment. He was like the first superhero, and then like I like that's how Homelander was created, was using Stormfront. But I hope they delve into that. That was my problem with like the introduction to Stormfront, like when they first showed this, because it's like this doesn't seem like someone who is a Nazi, like that's someone who is going to have their origins derived from there. But who knows what they're going to do with it, I suppose.
Yeah, she's a fucking Nazi, it turns out. Plain and simple. But there was actually one other thing I wanted to touch on that's got nothing to do with the boys. But Anna, do you have any final words on the first 3 episodes?
I liked it. Starlight needs to fix her posture. That was the only, like, just seeing her in that outfit, like, the way she stands is she slouches her shoulders, but she sticks out her belly. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And I'm like, why are you standing like that? You would think with something like that, it would make you stand up straighter so you don't look unflattering in something that's very revealing, but especially somebody that, you know, what had a very strict upbringing and was always on stage performing and doing that kind of stuff. If you look at the scene where she's right after she texts him and A-Train comes in the room and he gets the V out of her boot and she's standing there, it's like a shot of both of them.
I feel like when she's I feel like they're trying to show, I don't know if this had anything to do with it. I feel like they're trying to show when she's like performing and when she's not performing a little bit. Like, it's because you can tell, like, as soon as she gets in her room, she just kind of fucking relaxes and the mask comes off. And they even showed that in the first episode, her taking off her like wig and everything. So maybe she's like intentionally doing that to kind of just become.
No, it's how the actress stands. Like, it's just her having bad posture. But I would think that, you know, somebody would say something. So that's my criticism.
Oh, Starlight. Are we going to get more Black Noir? I want to see him fucking knifing motherfuckers in this season.
He seemed very broken up when he found out how they were created.
He was laughing.
Oh, he was laughing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was crying.
Oh, do you guys not know about Black Noir?
No, we don't know anything about it, Anna.
Oh, well, then, yeah, he's crying. I don't know. You guys know shit about Stormfront.
Well, I know shit about Stormfront because everyone was freaking out because it was a gender swap. So I looked into the character, but yeah,
Okay,
I don't.
Forget, I'm wrong. He's crying.
Well, now I kind of want to know, but I guess I'll have to wait.
You're not going to find out for like a long time.
All right, well, I don't know, hit myself with a hammer and forget you said that.
Okay.
But real quickly, did you guys see this? Fucking Scarlett Johansson's going a bit brie on us. Black Widow reflects the Me Too movement, says Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Remember when me and Ryan, we were saying, I'm kind of keen on Black Widow.
I mean,
well, what did she say exactly? Is there like a quote?
We need a quote, yeah, rather than a CBR.
I think this film
context behind it.
I think this film in particular is very reflective of what's going on in regards to the Time's Up movement and the Me Too movement. I think particularly for Kate, it's important for her to make a movie about women helping other women.
All right, well, so that like,
if
that's what they're saying, like if they're saying that just it's about women supporting women, then I guess that makes sense because we do know that there's going to be like several characters from Black Widow's history that are they're all going to be helping each other in this. So if that's where she was going with it, then I guess that's whatever.
Here's the quote.
Yeah.
In an interview of Empire, Scarlett Johansson discusses the feminist themes in Black Widow and how it reflects the hashtag Me Too movement. I think this film in particular is very much reflective of what's going on in regards to the Time's Up movement and the Me Too movement. It would be such a miss if we didn't address that stuff in this film and didn't take that head on. I think particularly for Kate, it was important for her to make a movie about women helping each other who lift other women up in a very difficult situation. Someone asked me if Natasha was a feminist. Of course she is. It's obvious. It's kind of an asinine question.
Well, what I get from that is that, and Cecil made this point a long time ago, but it's like every person in the MCU, they'll say, yeah, I'm a feminist. But the thing with Brie Larson is she's like an anti-male feminist.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I would say with this, I don't know anything about this movie, but just from what they showed us a little bit before, I feel like what it's going to be is that there's, the bad guy that, did everything to the other girls, made them the assassins that they are. And that would be where the Me Too thing comes in. And because they all had this traumatic past and she's coming back and they're all going to work together to defeat their, demons from the past. But I don't know, I'd have to see it. But that's just what I get from that quote. It's not her saying this movie's not made for you.
Yeah. They do all get kind of like all of these women end up getting essentially like snipped, right? They can't get pregnant or anything. Like that's part of what they go through.
They get their tubes tied.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the word for a woman. So they get their tubes tied. So I guess I can kind of see how that would be a traumatic experience if that's where they're going with it. But yeah, let's all hope that this is not about a story about women coming together, surviving sexual assault at the hands of a male, and that's like the point of the movie. I don't think it will be, but I guess
I think you're right. After reading more of it, that's kind of where I'm leaning as well. I just saw it pop up and I figured, oh well, fuck it, I'll bring it up tonight. I mean, like by all accounts, Wonder Woman is a feminist. Like a proper one. You can be a feminist without saying fuck men. Like old school feminism. That's kind of what I gathered from this. My only issue is like Orange Hat says there, like if she starts going fucking off the rails and starts talking about crap that's not actually in the movie, then maybe it's an issue. But
we haven't seen anything from her character throughout the entire MCU that indicates she's anything other than just a strong character regardless of her gender. There was a little bit she showed happy, like when he was like, "Oh, here, let me show you how to do this," and she like puts him on the ground. You know, that was about it as far as anything being like, I'm going to show this man what's up. But that's just because he was being, an asshole, and she can do whatever she wanted to him. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a bit of a nothing burger as of right now, but we'll see. We're getting closer to it. I think it's still slated for November. I think it's November. So that's only 2 months. Holy crap. It's my birthday next month.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, there's like 2 days between you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. I was 94. Am I older than you?
Well, I'm 9 years old, so yeah, you are older than me.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's about it. But I think I'm going to start wrapping this one up here. I wanted to do this on my... Because I wanted to talk about the boys, but I didn't want to do it on my main channel. I've got a video coming out on that. But yeah, thanks for coming on, you two. Ryan, anything you want to promote, plug, say, insult, demand?
Nah, drink more Mountain Dew.
Drink more Mountain Dew.
Code Red.
I love Code Red.
I do
What's
too.
Code Red?
It's out everywhere where I live, and it's very sad.
Mountain Dew Code Red is like a... would you call it maybe like a slightly cherry flavor Mountain Dew? Is that what you would say, Anna?
Yeah, but not like a cherry soda. It's like a icy kind of, but like Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't know.
It's
supposed to be green.
I know. I was skeptical of it first too. Listen, the original's still the best, like almost everything, but it's still good.
Ugh, fair enough.
Baja Blast is gross though.
What? You weirdo.
No, I don't like Baja Blast. Baja Blast is for weirdos. It's for weirdos who don't drink water.
No. Wait a second. I just realized something. Ryan, isn't your birthday coming up too?
Mine's in November. Yeah, mine's like halfway through November.
Ooh, what are you getting me for my birthday, Ryan?
We're all the same zodiac sign.
We're all Scorpios.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Scorpio power.
That's
Heck
right.
Yeah.
It's also my Mortal Kombat main for that exact reason. Scorpios, rulers of the world, best lovers, best listeners, and also just all round great at everything. So yeah, Scorpios where it's at. Libras, I just want to be Scorpios. They just fell a bit short. I personally blame their mothers, just couldn't hold out an extra few days, but
yeah, they didn't want to wait until Valentine's Day.
Yeah, bizarro world. Anna, thanks for coming on. Anything you want to say?
This was a short stream.
Yeah, it's 12:30. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I have to stay up for a few more hours because I woke up too early and it was still hot and I was like, hell no. But I don't yeah, boys is good. Looking forward to the rest. And yeah.
Cool. All right, well, thank you all for coming out tonight. I guess I'll set my video to go public in a minute and see you later. Remember, fuck them Wookiees.